Welcome to the FX Factor, where sport meets real life. I'm Kelly, coach, mum, and founder of Fit as FX. And this podcast is all about raising strong, resilient, and passionate kids, whether they live for the game or want nothing to do with it. Each week, we bust myths, drop truth bombs, and share real tools to help parents and teens navigate sport, movement, and everything in between, with less pressure and more purpose. So lace up, let's get into it. Welcome to the FX Factor, boys. It's lovely to have you on the show.
Thanks for having us, Kelly. Thank you very much.
I don't even know why we're here, but Justin just said
I'm
you're
a
going to
little bit
sit.
scared of that, to be honest. I asked a mutual friend, how do I tell you the difference? Because that was my biggest fear of not being able to tell the two of you apart. And her answer was, Chris is chubbier.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I've got
And
a fat
what a question to raise on a fitness podcast.
Yeah.
We've opened up a can of worms.
How
here,
do
Kelly.
you lose weight on your face?
Well, that's...
Yeah, you do have a bit of a fatter head.
Yeah, bigger nose.
Yeah.
So who is fitter right now?
Oh, I can hardly come out and say me after you just said that I'm the chubby one.
I think I've been on my fitness journey for a little bit longer than you have, Chris. That'd be a fair call, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
fair call, but it depends on what we're doing. I can hold my own with the long distance stuff.
Yeah.
Justin likes more of that shorter, high intensity stuff, which I find a bit more difficult and not as enjoyable. But get out on the open road and
Yeah. I did beat you in the last half marathon. Could I tell you this little story,
Sure,
Kelly?
absolutely.
So the
Love you
last
to.
half marathon, we're very competitive. I don't know
Yep.
if you picked up on this.
no,
but
we're not.
We're extremely competitive. And a couple of weeks ago, we set out to do a half marathon, and obviously winner takes all. And about 17 Ks in, Chris had done a hamstring or a calf muscle.
Oh, man injury.
Yeah. So I was faced with two options. One, do I stop and see how he's going and get him over the finish line and just walk with him for the rest of the race, or do I keep going and win the high stakes game of twins? And I just left him in the dust.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
That was fair enough. That was no
That's
problem
it.
for me. That's how it works.
That's the game of twins. It's a game of one-upmanship.
All right, well, who's funnier?
Who's funnier? Well, that's a tough one because we both have to be funny. We both have to be funny. Although sometimes if we're doing a show and one of us is funny, the audience will get on board with that sometimes. But if we're doing a show and we're both not funny, then it's
game
work.
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so how do you manage that competitiveness? Like, how do you keep it controlled but still allows you to be different, I suppose, without getting on each other's
I
nerves?
It's
don't
hard to
think
say. We can't manage it.
Yeah,
because
we don't manage it, and we don't need to manage it because it's been our stick for comedy. That is our thing. Our angle is A, twins, and B, trying to get the better of the other one. So it's a game of competitiveness.
Yeah, and that's been the case ever since we were kids. Yeah, for playing sport in the backyard, didn't matter what it was. We would compete with tennis, football, cricket. Sometimes we'd basketball.
Running up a hill. I remember, I can still remember this. We were 4 or 5 years old, Chris, and we used to live at this house that had a tank at the top of a hill, and often we would race each other up the top.
I was Jack, he was Jill.
And we'd race to the top and back down again. And I got halfway up and needed to go to the toilet. And I said to Chris, hey, can we stop the race because I need to go to the toilet? And he said, well, if you stop, you lose. And I shit my pants and kept running. And that is the high stakes game of twins.
Wow. Okay. So for all those parents out there that maybe have twins, or even parents like, I've got 3 children and they're all sporty, and the last thing I would want to do is have them compete against one another. But maybe it's a good thing.
But you'd have a healthy competition.
Yeah, competition's great. I think it's the best. If you reward kids like we do these days, we give everyone a ribbon, I think there's no incentive to be better, or there's no incentive to push to try and be better at something. And I think competition is really great. It's healthy. It's been healthy for us, hasn't it, Chris?
It doesn't have to be negative either. Why does it have to be negative? And when Justin is better at something than me, it pushes me to try and be better too.
Okay.
It doesn't mean we don't support each other. That's not the case at all. Yeah.
So on that, just when you said now we're giving ribbons out for everything, so you're both school teachers as well. So I'm sure you've seen it in lots of different. You're both parents. You're school teachers. So tell me a little bit about what you think about that, because that really shits me.
The validation without achievement.
Yes.
It's the worst thing we can do for kids.
Yes.
And it's killing kids. So how do kids overcome adversity if we just allow them to be the best or equal with the best at everything? So there's work to do.
Yeah.
And you can do that individually as a parent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't tell my kids that they're better at something than they're not.
Yeah.
And now I assume that this is a podcast for parents.
Yes, but I also, funnily enough, I actually have a lot of kids listening too. So, and I think it's really important for the kids to hear that you're not going to be the best at everything.
Yeah, well, it's funny. We've got all our kids here at the moment behind the camera, and I just want to let you guys know you're all a bunch of losers. One of them's just giving me the bird. Yeah, that was the 3-year-old.
It's lucky we're not going live here, so we can edit anything out, Kelly.
The kids are having a laugh too. That's
it. We parent our kids with a sense of humour. That is so important for Chris and I. We just laugh about everything.
Yeah.
But you see, I find that really hard because I don't really have a very good sense of humour. So
yeah, we can tell.
and I feel like I've lost it so much since becoming a parent. I just feel like I'm always telling them off, I feel like I've really lost my sense of humour. So how do you get it back?
It's a conscious decision
Yeah.
to how you live your life. Seriousness is a toxic glue for the mind. And for Chris and I, it's just laugh.
10 minutes ago in the car, my son said, I need to go to the toilet, and I just grabbed my empty water bottle from the side and I threw it over the back. Yeah. And he's there right now. 15 minutes before we got here, he needed to go to the toilet, and I had no intention of stopping at a roadside stop or
but
whatnot.
95% of parents would have, right? We would have driven the streets to try and find somewhere to stop to try and get them out.
Well, he ended up pissing behind a tree just 500 metres down the road.
I'm not. Is this the parenting advice you're looking for? I don't know, but
We're just confronting everything with a sense of humour.
Yeah,
that's how we roll.
Yeah. It was interesting. I like what you said. Yeah, you have a decision to make, and you make the decision to have a sense of humour. That's a good way to put it.
So if you look at a lot of kids if you have this coach, you've got a coach who's got a team, and you've got one kid in this team who is seriously annoying because they're mucking around, they're being funny, they're taking the piss out of everybody. How is there a difference between poor behaviour and being funny?
So in dealing with that child...
From the coach's perspective.
From the coach perspective.
From the coach's perspective, you've got to find a connection with that kid, and that's how you coach him. And they did this amazing study during COVID where they did a survey of high school students and asked them what the number one thing was that they wanted from their teacher, and it was a sense of humour. And I don't think it's any different at work or if you're in your sporting club. Yeah, people these days, and kids in general, they don't respond to the old school ways of coaching.
No.
Where coaches yell and scream. So sense of humour is just such an
But
amazing
kids are also
tool to
super
have.
sensitive now, aren't they? So
it
sometimes
can
a
be.
sense if someone might be really funny and say something that's, I don't know, but they take it to heart and they take it like they're being bullied.
Yeah.
Or they're being,
So true. Yeah. We don't always get it right, do we?
No.
Every now and then we overstep the mark. And
especially
probably...
with comedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And probably in parenting as well. Yeah, parenting your kids with a sense of humour, you're not always going to be right 100% of the time, but if you don't parent your kids with a sense of humour, you're not going to be right 100% of the time either. So.
And do your kids find you completely annoying, or do they find you funny?
They're right.
Boys?
I told you can't speak, but we'll let you have. Let you have a couple of words. Do you find us
annoying
funny
or funny?
Very annoying, see? See, it's a stupid question. There you go. So you're just annoying. You just find them annoying.
We should have left them in the car.
Funny, annoying. See, there you go. You're just annoying.
Yeah, but as he's saying that, he's saying it with a smile on his face, which is the great thing
love.
about it.
And school teachers. So tell us a little bit about your history of school teachers, what you would change,
What we would change.
what you feel like we're missing.
I'll tell you one thing, Kelly, before we get into all the school teacher stuff. When we were discussing the podcast on our way here, Chris goes, remember, we've still got our teachers' registration, so just watch what you say. And I will not censor what I say.
No, good.
So I will tell you
Lay it
exactly
down.
what I think is going wrong in schools. We've got to get kids moving, and we've got to try and encourage them to eat better as well. When you sent through the notes about what the podcast was about, so surprisingly, I'm the only one here that's done a little bit of research on this podcast. And you
what
wanted
did you
to
say before? What's it called?
What are we doing here?
Why are we here?
Look at this. I'm wearing nice black jeans. He's in a set of tracksuits.
I'm in trackies too.
Yeah, they're Nike though.
They're Nike. Yeah. But doing a bit of research, and I had a look on the government website for schools and healthy eating policy, what schools should be serving in their canteens. And there's some great rhetoric on the website from people who are writing policy about our aim is to encourage kids to make positive food choices, which is great. I mean, that's talking the talk, isn't it? But then you go to a secondary school canteen and you've got
Potato cakes.
Cakes, deep fried chips, hamburgers. Yeah, there might be a salad there.
Yeah.
And there might be the healthy eating pyramid up in the corner for the kids to look at. But at the end of the day, we're not really encouraging kids to eat the healthiest they possibly could. So we've got to make some massive changes in the school canteen. But getting back to that first point, we've got to get kids moving. So I've got this revolutionary philosophy that I think we should bring into schools, is that Monday to Thursday, kids go to school from the morning till lunchtime, and then they go off into academies for afternoon. So it's any type of sport. If you're not interested in sport, you're doing something that's involved with moving. So it could be walking. And then if you go to your academy every afternoon, Monday to Thursday, you can have Friday afternoon off. And we're too far gone now to make small changes. I think we need to make big changes. And that would be what I'd be doing in schools.
Do you think, so you're leaving the choice up to them in terms of whether they do it or not?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's compulsory. Yeah, and that's a great point that you raised there. Are we leaving the decision up to kids? Since when was it the job of kids to make the decision on their lifestyle choices? 100%. It's up to adults to guide them.
Yep.
And we've stopped guiding them in the right direction.
We were talking about this the other day. I just said to Justin, I was speaking to a parent who, I won't tell you names or where it was, but in conversation, I said to this parent, what sport do your kids play? And this parent said to me, they don't play sport, they're more into gaming. And obviously I'm blown away by that. And they're into gaming because you facilitate that and allow them to
I hear that a lot.
there all day and play games. Yeah, get your kids involved, especially in a team sport.
Yeah.
It's got to be team sport, because you're not just getting the exercise benefit, you're getting the social benefit. You're turning up there, you've got to count on your teammates, they've got to count on you. There's some expectations. So that's what I'd be doing anyway.
And you learn skills to deal with other people and face challenges. But just one thing there, Kelly, and we're talking about the role that the schools have in educating our kids. We've also got to take a step back from that, and it's the role of the parents, as Chris was saying there before. It shouldn't be the role of a school to ensure that your child is fit and healthy. So we need to take a step back and say, all right, what are parents doing? And are parents leading by example? They probably don't these days. You are obviously very fit and you lead by example with your kids. Monkey see, monkey do. Your kids are all active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your kid's on their phone at the moment.
Hey, at least she gave us the thumbs up and not the finger like our boys.
Our kids, they're doing star jumps over there, push-ups.
But Chris and I are heavily involved at local sport level, and I coach the local cricket club, and I see it, and I've seen this pattern for 20 years now since I've been involved in senior cricket, is that particularly amongst men, they get to the stage of their life where they have kids and then they step away from cricket. They go, right, I'm having kids now. My partner and I have discussed it and we've decided that it's best that I don't play any sport. But I'll come back to it later. And they come back to it in 10 years' time. And I have conversations with people and I say, oh, yeah, great to have you back. Are your kids active? Oh, no, they don't play sport. Well, I can tell you why they don't play sport. It's because
you stepped away.
You stepped away and they've not seen you play it. But I had this amazing lady turn up to our first women's cricket training session on Sunday. Katie Long was her name.
Yep.
And we were going around the group introducing ourselves, and she introduced herself and she said, I gave birth 4 weeks ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Amazing. What a great example. And her husband had the child, the 4-week-old baby, in the pram and was walking around the cricket oval, and she was out there 4 weeks after giving birth, and she was getting prepared for this cricket season that's coming up in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
What an amazing example to set.
When my kids were heavily involved in nippers, I've seen a new mum breastfeeding her child in the water while she was water safety for the kid. It's like, so when you see parents step away because they're having families, or it's a little bit of a cop-out, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's my pet hate, and it causes a great deal of animosity between me and players' wives sometimes.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Well, I think it's juggling your time for yourself, right? Because, like, I know with me, if I don't exercise, and it could be anything, I feel shit.
Yeah.
So I'm a much better parent if I feel good and I feel like I'm healthy and I feel like I've looked after myself. I can parent a lot better.
That's right. You've got to be selfish, haven't you, sometimes?
Well, it's not even selfish. You're just looking after yourself, I suppose.
Yeah.
And
then everyone else is reaping the benefits of that.
Having a much happier parent.
It's funny when we talk to people, our friends, especially our ages, we're into our 40s, and so we've got friends that are now having kids, got young kids, and when they go, no, I'm not going to play this year, and Justin and I in our head are like, bring them all down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've had some amazing, robust conversations with wives of mates of mine, and one lady said to me, "Oh, well, if such and such, I'm not going to name any names, he plays cricket, then our family suffers." And I've just said, you don't know suffering. You don't know what suffering is. You walk into a housing commission flat in Richmond and see a needle hanging out of someone's arm. That's suffering. Yeah. Your husband ducking out to go to cricket training one night a week and then playing on Saturday. Turn it up, lady.
But then
I've lost a few friends along the journey, Kelly.
I can see why. But then you look at the parents, though, that are, I suppose, not leading by example, but then they're literally, they berate their kids over their performance, or, whether they're good enough, not good enough, that they're better than other people. Like, then you get the other side of the spectrum that's just not good.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, and that's where it's a fine line between really encouraging your kids to be the best and then also, too, just letting the coaches coach. Take your kid to sport and let the coaches do their job. And I had my boy say to me 2 years ago, we were at a junior footy game and I was giving him all this instruction. Arthur, I know you'll remember this. And we're at Moonee Valley and he come off afterwards and I said, you got to do this, you got to do that. And he said, Dad, can you please not tell me what to do? It makes me really nervous. And from that day, I just stopped giving him instruction. I just let the coaches coach and I let him play and enjoy his footy.
Yeah, and I don't think parents actually understand that concept, though. And there'll be a lot of stressed out kids getting around.
Yeah.
I suppose that's why they have all those signs up now and barricades, and they don't let parents onto the ground. You just got to drop your kid off.
Look, it's a sad state of affairs at local football. I don't know if you've been to a local football game, if any of your kids are playing local football, but
they play soccer and it's pretty similar.
It may be a
little more civilised, possibly.
I don't know. I don't know. It depends. It depends.
But we have signs at our junior football just reminding people that the umpires are human. Like that's what that's what we've come to with the spirit of sport.
So bad, isn't it? So what can we do? What can we do as parents if kids in sport? How do we help?
How do we help? You've got to set a great example for your kids, haven't you? Yeah. It's about teaching kids that there's a different perspective. That's what I do with my young fella. And he likes to go to church on a Sunday morning, and I'm a staunch atheist. And we've encouraged him that, look, if that's what you want to do, go to Sunday school. He's got a couple of mates that go, and he really enjoys it. And he understands my perspective, and I understand his perspective. And we have this amazing respect for each other. And I think that's all parenting is just getting your kids to understand a different perspective. And when you relate that to sport, okay, the decision went against you, but it's just the perspective of the umpire or the opinion of the umpire. It may be right, it may be wrong, it doesn't matter. It is what it is, and yeah, you just respect it.
I'm feeling left out over here. Yeah.
This is too deep and serious for Chris.
Man, exercise, fitness, health. Old Juzzo's on his soapbox here.
Yeah.
So, and what about the kids, like the cousins? Do they compete like you guys compete?
Yeah, well, the cousins are here
yes.
right now. Yeah, those guys are fairly competitive, but I don't think there would have been anyone on the planet that would have competed the way we've competed.
Yeah, I was prepared to shit my pants to win a race, Kelly, against this bloke.
I can remember playing tennis one night, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, Mum coming outside. We've got the veranda light on and we're playing tennis. And Mum must have just been thinking, what is wrong with these boys? We don't even like tennis. It must have been, I think Dad had a couple of rackets around. We're sick of cricket, sick of footy.
And we had a hose set up. That was the net.
You had to hit it over the hose. And Mum must have been beside herself.
And we would stay there until
someone won. And then, when someone did win, I think there was always a dispute about it. No, that was in.
And then we...
Did your parents, do this to you, or was it just something that naturally happened?
Parenting in the 80s was, all right, kids, the sun's up, go outside, especially when you got twins. Go outside, entertain each other, and make sure you're in for dinner when the sun's coming down. That was how...
But our old man was a loose unit, so he parented very, very differently than the average parent.
Like, in what way?
If Chris and I had an argument and we went up to him and said, hey, can you sort this out? He'd just go, bugger off, sort it out for yourself.
And you've got two choices. You can either put up with it or you can do something about it. And I probably wouldn't advise any parents to give that information to their kids now, but we always have a laugh about it when we're thinking back about it. Oh, man, go to Dad with a problem. Son, you got two choices. You can put up with it or you can do something about it.
And you lost your dad 3 years ago. So even just kind of getting over something, that's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. But again, we talk about our dad all the time, and we don't get sad. We had some great times with our old man, so we always find ourselves thinking about all the cool stuff that we did. We got to play cricket with him. We travelled overseas with him. We did so many great things, and there's always fond memories that come back, so we don't get morbid about it.
And it wasn't sadness in the 18 months that we had with him where he had his diagnosis, and we just laughed all the way to the end. We were still laughing right till he took his last breath. It was just cool. It was good. And
was he funny?
He was. He was a terrible joke teller, but a really good storyteller. You'd be driving past somewhere and he'd go, oh yeah, I remember being in that pub one night, and when we left, we took the front doors of the pub with us.
But if he had to do a setup joke, it was horrendous. It was drawn out, and he'd get halfway through it and go, "Oh no, that's not what happened." And he would always say, "Oh, well, you got your sense of humour from me," but our old man was ahead of his time. He was a hippie of the '70s, and he was a nurse. So he had this really caring side about him, but he could also build a house. He was different.
Do you remember, Kelly, the pictures on smoke packets? You know how they put the pictures of people. They've either missing
a limb or something.
Or they've got the full face of a guy with cancer who's about to die. Well, that looked like our old man. And one day I said to him, "Hey, Dad, you look like the bloke on the smoke packet." And he turned to me and he said, "Yeah, and I'm more famous than you." was so quick-witted.
Yeah, yeah.
And your mum, she funny?
Mum's funny.
Yeah, mum's funny. Yeah, mum's good. Yeah.
She's kooky.
Yeah.
Great sense of humour.
Yeah, our mum is a nurse also.
Right.
Yeah, so there are some of those jobs that people have, nursing, school teaching, police maybe, where you see a lot of different stuff in your environment, and I think you learn to have a bit of a sense of humour, and not much can shock you. Yeah. Yeah, so, mum's great.
Yeah. And our parents, even after they got divorced, they had such an amazing relationship. It was obviously icy early, but they just grew to be such great friends and parent us kids in the right manner. And they come to all the grandkids' birthday parties. And I can remember the cake coming out one day at Arthur's second birthday party, and my mum reached in and grabbed a bit of cake, and she goes, "Oh, I might just have one little sneaky piece." And my old man leans over and goes, "I think the horse has bolted, Rose."
And I can remember mum saying, God, being married to your father, it was a joint effort. I put in all the effort. He smoked all the joints. So anyway, look, sense of humour. Sense of humour. Such a key to the way you live your life.
And you grew up in a small rural town?
Yeah.
When did you move to, you both moved to Victoria when?
Yeah, so we grew up for the first 8 years in a place called Beechworth, which our life for the first 8 years was really, really normal. Yep. And then Dad come home from work one day and he goes, "By the way, we're selling the house and we're moving to a place called Brocklesby."
Yeah.
And we moved out into the bush, and that sort of started our whole journey of moving around everywhere for the next 10 years.
Because Dad liked to buy an old house and do it up. It was a bit of a passion of his. Yeah, so we got to live in these small little communities, and of course, number one, when you go to those small communities, you join the sports club. Footy and cricket was all there was in those small towns. Yeah.
And we moved to a place called Walbundry. We're about to talk about Walbundry. Yeah. So Dad bought a block of land at Walbundry, and he said, "All right, boys, I'm going to build a house on this, but for the first 12 months, we're going to have to live in the shed until the house is built." 4 years later, we're still living in the shed.
Yeah. And it's hard to explain to our kids. That was early 90s, mid 90s. And so there's no internet. No air conditioner. We're in the middle of a drought where it's 40-degree heat in just over the border into New South Wales. So you had no air conditioner for 6 months. We used to take a 4-litre container or an 8-litre container of water. We lived next door to the church. And we would take it up to the tank behind the church and fill it up because you couldn't drink the town water. It come out of a dirty old billabong. So life was different. Summertime we'd be down the billabong, swimming in the creek.
So you've come from very humble beginnings. Do you look at like your kids now and go, "Oh, far out, you're so lucky"? Or do you look at them and go, "You've missed so many"?
A bit of both. A bit of both, yeah. That kids, our kids are, I would like to say, they're fairly lucky, but they did miss out on so much the fun times that we had. Yeah, but also too, I think as a kid growing up, and then you have your own kids, you then go, "Oh, well, this is what my mum and dad did good. I like that, so I'm going to take that." And then you go, "Oh, well, this is what my mum and dad did that I didn't like," so you throw that to the side. Yeah. So you'd like to think that we're creating a super race of parents by the time we get through a few more generations. I don't know.
It sounds good in theory, mate.
Yeah. But I tell you one thing, what kids are so lucky with now is travel, because you just didn't go far back in our day growing up in the 80s. You didn't go far. Our mum had a friend in Frankston, and that was the family holiday. Yeah, and Dad didn't come. Yeah, Dad would stay home. That was his holiday. He got a week off, and and Mum would say, "All right, boys, we're going to Frankston," and we loved it because you could go to the beach and catch up with people.
Going on the train.
Yeah, going on the train.
The journey.
Yeah. Whereas now we've tracked our kids all over the world on holidays, and I hope you appreciate it. Yeah. I was 21 before I went overseas.
Yeah.
But, so the world's a little bit different in that respect. But yeah, I do think they missed out a lot. Yeah. We went camping a lot, and with our mates. Yeah, it's not far from home, but you'd just say to your parents, right, we're catching the boys down the creek and we're camping for a couple of days. You grab a couple of tins of baked beans out, and
find an older kid to get you some booze, and off we went.
It was the best.
Going into that, the booze and the maybe drugs, alcohol, all that kind of thing. Obviously, just it's a scary thought for our kids.
Yeah,
there's a lot available to them, way more than what we ever had growing up. So I believe that movement is keeping kids moving, keeping kids engaged in some form of sport, team, something is really powerful to keep them away from those decisions.
Absolutely.
What's your take on that?
Well, number one, talking to your kids, especially when they're the age that our kids are. You can have a conversation with them.
Yeah, but so there's great data on kids that play sport and how they end up in life. There's so many great studies that have been done, and if your kid's educated and your kid is into sport, that their life chances are just amazing. So
I don't know. It's a great question. I'd love to hear your perspective. How do you stop your kids from being as crazy as what we were?
I don't know, but I think we were crazy in a way that was almost not harmless, but I think we did it in small doses, maybe.
Oh, I was reckless.
Well, I was.
You're going to find out a bit about your dad today, Sonny.
I'd be horrified.
But there's a lot more nastier things out there now than what we had.
Absolutely.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, we might have been stupid and not really think of consequences, but we weren't, I don't know, we weren't doing dangerous things. We weren't doing, were we? I don't know.
You didn't do your research on us, I don't think. No, we weren't that bad.
No, we weren't. But we always had
you can't
sport.
be that bad because I mean, look what you've created now.
Yeah, we always had sport as a fallback. This reminds me of a great story. This is why our old man was so revolutionary as a parent. So Chris come home from high school in about year 8, and he said to the old man, I want to go to a party on Friday night. And the old man said, yep, you can go to a party on Friday night, but you're not playing football on Saturday if you decide to go. And Chris thought, I'll call his bluff and I'll go to the party and he'll relent on Saturday morning and still let me get in the car and go to footy. And our old man was true to his word. And from that day on, I have lived my sporting life by that very lesson. I do not go out on a Friday night, and I never drunk on a Friday night. I don't drink anymore as it is anyway. I haven't done for 5 years, but even in my heyday as a drinker, I would never drink on a Friday night, and it was because of that lesson. Yeah. But the old man, he wasn't very monkey see, monkey do, was he? Yeah, he was more like...
by example.
Yeah. But, hey, he taught us some great lessons, and it sunk in. And you were the same throughout your sporting career, Chris. Yeah. If anyone learned a lesson out of that, it was you.
Yeah. No, look, I'd forgotten about that. I probably got so hammered at that party that I can't remember.
But when we keep saying like sporting things, but it's not just about playing sport. Like it's not like we were elite athletes and we were representing, our country. It was just about being active and being committed. And working hard for something. So I think just your dad saying, well, no, you've chosen to do this when you should be committed to that. Is a really good lesson.
And it was a lesson, I think, about, hey, you're letting your teammates down if you're going to go to this party and get on the beers and stay up till 5 in the morning and turn up at 9 o'clock to play cricket. Yeah, you're letting yourself down, you're letting your teammates down. And probably a fair enough decision. What was I, 14 years old? Yeah, hey, son, sorry, but you can't go out in the booze on Friday night when you're 14. Yeah, don't be disappointed with me, but that's my decision as a parent.
But commitment's the big word there that you said. And that's what I say to my kids about sport. And my daughter's just started playing netball. She's not been into team sport and she's just got into it. And the level of commitment that she has to have. So she has to go to training on a Wednesday night. She has to make sure that she's available for the games on Thursday. And it's been awesome for her. She now has an accountability to 8 to 10 of her teammates, which has been the best thing for her.
Yeah, makes a difference. What do the kids play? So you've got netball and football and cricket.
Cricket.
Yeah, had a bit of a go at everything. Yeah, we've got a basketball ring just in the park over the back of our place. So often Sonny will get home from school and we'll go and shoot some hoops. Yeah, kick the footy. Yeah. What else? Judo. Yeah. Well, your daughter was doing horse riding. Yeah. Anything to keep him active.
Yeah. And the thing with my boy is that he loves sport, and then when sport for the day is finished, it's straight to KO. And then when there's no sport that you can watch on KO that is, the regular sports like AFL, cricket, rugby, we watch darts. Yeah. We'll watch anything. He loves it.
How good's that, though?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
How good's that? They learn a lot. Now, you've got a workshop or program, Stand Up and Be Counted. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's one of our workshops that we run,
yeah.
So that one is a leadership workshop, so leadership, teamwork, a bit of attitude, public speaking and wellbeing.
And number one, Juzzo, don't forget your sense of humour. It's about comedy. It's all those things, but also tied in with having a sense of humour.
Yeah, and one of the big things that we preach in our workshop is preparation. Yeah, preparation is the key to everything. Isn't that right, Chris?
Well, yeah, I didn't even know what this podcast was about. but I knew you had done the preparation, Justin, and as a twin, provided one person does the preparation, then you can get through.
And if we, so that program there, you're obviously, so have every show that you've ever done, has it been successful? Or have you had shows that have just been...
Are you talking about comedy shows?
Yeah, because failure is obviously huge, and a lot of people don't want to fail, and it's not an option, but also it scares people too, so they don't do things because they're scared of failing.
Here's something for you. 99% of people that start doing comedy fail. There's only a small percentage that make it on to be able to go and travel around and keep doing shows for a career. Yeah, so the majority of stand-up comedians out there are shit.
But failure is the key to comedy. The audience always let you know. Chris and I have a saying, the audience always let you know. Yeah, people ask us what's funny, and we say it's not up to us to decide, it's the audience.
Yeah.
So if we do a joke and the audience doesn't laugh, we know that it's not funny.
And
that's
then
a
what
failure.
do you do?
Well, the idea, I suppose, for us, when we try new jokes, you just try and put a couple of new jokes into the stuff that you know works. That's how you get by. You wouldn't get away with a career for long if all your stuff sucked. Yeah. We've done 3 gigs this week and I've chucked a couple of new jokes in and a couple of them have bombed. You can get away with a small amount, but...
So if they bomb, what then? What goes through your head when that happens? If it just really is crap?
Well, first of all, I try and blame him. That's hard when I've just delivered the joke and I've got the microphone in my hand.
And I'll say something like, as you can tell, I'm the funny twin. And the crowd sort of...
picks back up again.
Yeah. If you're having a good show and you throw one bad joke in, you don't break the trust with the audience. It's if you keep doing bad joke after bad joke. But Chris and I still do a lot of open mic comedy as well. So we'll have a list of new jokes to try and we're not lazy. We get out and we do the open mic gigs. So they're just gigs in a pub with no one there, hardly, maybe 4 or 5 people, and we test our jokes so that when we go to do the big gigs, we're in fine form.
Yeah, it's like training for sport, isn't it?
Well, that's what I was going to kind of lead to, is that it's not just about sport. It's not just about being good at a sport. It's also just work.
Yeah.
It's just work ethic. It's commitment. It's consistency. So kind of how do we put that into, like you say, you believe that schools should go a certain way with, 4 days a week and then they have an academy or something like that. It's not teaching them necessarily to be amazing at sport. It's just teaching them that they've actually got to put some work in for the reward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having the discipline of going to those sessions every afternoon.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to listen to us because we still do a little bit of supply teaching. Yeah, it's so we're not in the bureaucracy. I think if a couple of minions like us went to the authorities and said, "Oh, hey, have you thought about maybe doing this?" They'd tell us to piss off. But,
Hey, who knows? We might make some waves on this podcast.
Yeah,
Kelly.
You never know.
We might get it out there, get the word out there.
Yeah, well, I suppose the whole point of this podcast is kind of letting, I suppose, everybody know, from sporting clubs to parents to kids, that it's not about being good at sport. It's just about just trying and giving things a
That's
go
it.
and just moving
Yeah.
your body, because when you move your body, you feel so much better. So, but I think so many people are, I'm not good at sports, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Absolutely. And also too, it's about the friendships you make. We're out doing gigs all over the place, and the amount of people that we bump into that we used to play sport with or against, it's that bond that you have that lasts forever. If you didn't play sport, you wouldn't have those conversations with those people. Yeah, it's incredible. We can be in the middle of nowhere. We've been over doing gigs in the mines in WA, and you bump into someone that you played sport with as a junior or sport against, and it's just that common bond that you have.
Yeah. And we've just celebrated some premiership reunions. So we won 3 premierships in a row with our home football club back up in the country, and we just had a reunion a couple of
that's
months
cool.
ago,
Yeah.
20-year reunion, and just amazing.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
Yeah, and that's the benefits of sport.
yeah.
And do you take the kids to things like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. We had the boys at cricket training yesterday. Yeah, they
Yeah,
come
that's
down,
cool.
bring their kits and bring their
Yeah.
cricket kits, but also you bring the football because in case they get bored with
Just in
the
case they
cricket.
get bored with the cricket.
That's right. Yeah, you're onto the footy now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you bring them along.
Yeah.
That's going back to that what we were talking about earlier. Is you when you have kids, you don't just quit and go, oh well, I can't do it now because I've got kids. You chuck them in the car and you bring them down.
Yeah.
And,
That's why our old man was so revolutionary with his parenting. He just took us everywhere.
Yeah.
And I asked the old man one day, I said, it must have been hard having twins. And he goes, no, it was easy. I just took you wherever I went.
Yeah.
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 And on the flip side of it, we ended up at the pub quite a lot.
Yeah.
But that had its benefits too. Dad would get us a raspberry and a pack of chips, and we learned to socialise with adults.
Yep.
Yeah.
We learned to socialise with adults.
I'm going to say every Sunday afternoon. That's where I was.
Yeah.
In the pub
Yeah.
with a raspberry lemonade and a packet of salt
Yeah.
vinegar, Samboys, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and I just sorry I cut you off. I was thinking about the old man, and when we lived in Walbundry, we lived across the road from the cricket ground, and in those days, the old school cricket pitches were a concrete slab in the centre of the football ground, and you had to get the mats out of the shed and roll them out onto the concrete, and so that was our job. The old man would throw us the keys to his truck. It was like a 2-ton truck, and we would get in the truck and drive over.
Yeah,
we wouldn't
as
call it a
13 or 14-year-old.
I wouldn't call it a freeway, but
Yeah,
over
a
the main
main
road,
road.
go and load the mats into the back of the truck and onto the ground. And one day, one of the ladies said, I can't tell your boys apart. Which is the one with the license?
But yeah, our old man, he was just great. He was the epitome of not parenting your kids in a padded cell.
Yeah.
yeah.
just-
So he created independence and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
which is really cool.
Yeah, which created so much responsibility. We were always responsible. Yeah, we were a bit loose, but geez, we looked after our mates, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like he always taught us, yeah, all right,
Yeah.
you might be out having a bit of fun, but you don't let your mates down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we're a lot to be thankful for
Yeah.
our old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where to now? What's next?
What's next? I've got a couple of days off. You're going to Mildura, I think.
I'm going to Mildura for a presentation that I do on my own.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah, so Chris and I do everything together in the entertainment industry, but we've developed a presentation called Spirit of Cricket.
Yes.
Which we were talking about the spirit
Yes.
of sport earlier on. It's essentially what we do is we go around to cricket clubs, academies and schools, and we teach kids to play cricket in the right manner. But I can do it on my own. I don't need him there with me. So we're going to have a couple of days off.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time together, but we need a break from each other. So that's what we're going to do.
And when you teach the kids about cricket, what is it? What's different about the way you're delivering that?
So it's an engaging, humorous 45-minute presentation. So I don't just stand there with a PowerPoint presentation and say, right, you've got to respect the umpire. I've got lots of interactive videos, and we'll throw balls out and the kids ride on the balls and they throw them back. And the fun part of that is they generally try and throw them at my head. So, yeah, we just create so much entertainment in 45 minutes, but get the message through that, hey, you've got to be respectful.
Great.
You've got to be respectful of the umpires, respectful of your teammates, respectful of the opposition. You got have an attitude of gratitude. So you've got to be grateful for all the people that have enabled you to play your sport. So making sure that you're thanking mum and dad for dropping you off. And yeah, it's just a great little...
And could you expand this into other sports? Like, is it, I mean, I know you're passionate about cricket and cricket's your thing, but obviously that message is really important.
I'm a step ahead of you there, Kelly. I've registered every single spirit of sport you could possibly think of.
If you're looking for the spirit of billiards down at your local pub, old mate's got the domain name registered. Well, the spirit of hopscotch.
Tiddlywinks. We've got that covered.
He's got it all covered, old Donald Trump over here.
That's good.
Yeah, I want to spread the word. The spirit of sport.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
Look, whatever he's doing. We've had an 8-hour round trip in the car. I'm starting to wear out.
As you can tell, you're thinking this podcast must be nearly done. Aren't you?
I was sort of wondering. There's no timer, is there? I was just in the last 5 minutes. I was just thinking. I reckon that this thing's just about done.
We are indeed. All right, quick wrap up, and give me something.
Well, a quick wrap up. Give you. Do you mean plug our socials or what? Make sure you follow the Nelson Twins on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I don't think we do any of the other stuff. Is it Twitter or X or...
No.
I don't know what else. But those three things, make sure your website, nelsontwins.com.
Yep. And the message we're leaving, don't ever lose your sense of humour.
Absolutely.
So important.
Thanks. Really appreciate your time. It's been awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
If you loved today's episode, hit follow, share it with a friend, and pass it on to someone who needs to hear it. Got questions, stories, a parenting win, or an absolute total flop? I want to hear it all. Send them through so we can tackle them in future episodes. This is the FX Factor. Raising confident kids, building resilience, and having a laugh along the way. See you next week.